The late letter. It is a cold Sunday afternoon. I sit in a small cafe in town. I have a cup of coffee next to me, but it is already cold. Outside, I see people walking slowly, wearing big coats and scarves. Soft music plays in the background. I am trying to finish my work report, but my mind is not calm. The cafe is warm, but I feel a bit stressed. Suddenly, a young mailman comes inside. He looks around, then he walks quickly to my table. "Excuse me," he says, a bit out of breath. "I found this letter on the ground near the mailbox outside. I think it might be yours." He places a light blue envelope on my table. Before I can speak, he rushes out of the cafe again. I pick up the envelope. It looks old. There is no return address on it. The handwriting on the front is very neat. It says, "To Lucy Irvin. Address, Apartment 8, 3rd floor, North Green Street." In small letters at the corner of the envelope, "I hope this letter brings you a smile." I do not know anyone named Lucy Irvin. Clearly, this letter is not meant for me. However, there is something special about it. I feel a sense of curiosity. Maybe it is the tidy handwriting, or maybe it is the short note on the corner. I do not want to leave it here. I think for a moment, should I give it to the barista at the counter? Should I just leave it on the table for someone else to handle? But my heart says no. I want to deliver it myself. I do not know why, but I feel that this envelope carries an important story. Maybe Lucy is waiting for this letter. Perhaps it is special. So I put the letter in my bag and decide to visit the address after I finish my work. Later that afternoon, I walk to North Green Street. The street is in the older part of town. Many buildings here look worn and rusty. The sky is turning gray, and it might snow soon. I find the address written on the envelope. A tall, old building with an iron gate. The gate has red-brown rust on it, and the lock looks like it might break at any time. The mailbox in front of the building is old and leans to one side. It matches the description in my mind, a lonely place, a bit forgotten. I check the list of names on the door, but I do not see Lucy Irvin. I press the doorbell for apartment 8, just in case. For a few seconds there is no answer. I feel the cold wind on my face. Maybe no one lives here anymore, I think. I almost turn to go home. But then I hear a clear voice from inside. "Hello? Who is there?" I look up. A girl steps out from the hallway. She has a cat in her arms, and she is wearing a simple but pretty dress with small flowers on it. The cat looks sleepy and comfortable in her arms. "Hi," I say, feeling a bit awkward. "I am looking for Lucy Irvin. Does she live here?" The girl smiles politely. "Lucy is my sister," she says. "But she moved away a long time ago. Can I help you?" I show her the letter. "I found this letter. Well, actually, a mailman gave it to me in a cafe. It is addressed to Lucy. I wanted to give it to her, but it seems she does not live here anymore. I am not sure what to do with it. She takes the letter carefully. She reads the name on the envelope. For a moment, she looks surprised, then thoughtful. Lucy has been overseas for many years, she explains. But thank you for bringing the letter here. That is very kind of you. I nod. My name is David, I say. I am sorry if I came at a bad time. She shakes her head. I am Emma, she replies. This is my cat, Snowball. She looks at the letter again, and then at me. Would you like to come in and have a cup of tea? I feel a little shy, but she smiles in a friendly way. The wind is cold, and the sky looks like it will snow soon. That would be nice, I say finally. Emma leads me up the old staircase. The walls need fresh paint, and the steps make a soft creaking noise. There are a few paintings on the stairwell, but they are covered in dust. We reach the third floor. Emma's door is old but decorated with a small wreath of dried flowers. Her apartment is small, but it feels cozy. The living room has a big window, and there are many potted plants on the windowsill. I see green leaves, small flowers, and even a tiny cactus. The air smells like jasmine tea. Everything looks warm and comfortable. Snowball, the cat, jumps onto a soft cushion near the window. Please have a seat, Emma says. I sit down on a simple wooden chair. She goes into the kitchen for a moment, then comes back with 2 mugs of hot tea. She places one in front of me. The steam rises gently, carrying the pleasant smell of jasmine. Thank you, I say, wrapping my hands around the mug. My fingers are cold from outside. The tea feels good. Emma sits across from me with her own cup. She still holds the letter. Her eyes rest on the front of the envelope. Lucy and I used to live here together, she says. But she moved to another country to work almost 5 years ago. Do you stay here all by yourself? I ask. She nods. Yes, it can feel a bit lonely, but I have Snowball. And I have my plants. Plus, I have friends around here. She smiles softly. But Lucy's presence is still felt in this apartment. She left many books and decorations. Sometimes I feel she is still here with me. I sip my tea listening. The warmth starts to spread through my body. I see. Well, I am sorry if it is strange that a stranger brought you this letter, I say. I just felt curious. She laughs a little. It is not strange at all. In fact, it is quite kind. Let's see what the letter says. She opens the envelope gently, trying not to tear the paper. Inside, there is a single sheet of slightly yellowed paper. The writing is neat and delicate. Dear Lucy, that day in the library, your book fell from the shelf and hit my foot. It was David Copperfield by Charles Dickens. You said sorry to me with a bright smile, and I forgot all about the pain. Your smile stayed in my mind for a long time. I know this letter may never reach you, but I want to try anyway. Maybe one day you will remember the clumsy person who met you that day. I hope you are well, Matthew. Emma finishes reading and looks up. There is a gentle smile on her face. Matthew was Lucy's college friend, she says quietly. They were very close, but I never knew why they stopped talking. Maybe life got busy, or maybe they lost each other's contact information. I watch Emma's expression. She looks a bit sad, but also amused. It is quite sweet, she continues. I wonder if Lucy knows about this letter. I take another sip of tea. The clock on Emma's wall ticks softly. Are you going to send it to her? I ask. Emma nods. Yes, I think I should. It is late, but maybe it will still mean something. It has been years, but some messages deserve to be delivered. I smile. I hope Lucy reads it and feels happy. Maybe this letter will make her think of good times. Emma sets the letter on the table. You know, she says, some things come late in life. But maybe that is not a bad thing. It could be fate, or something like that. We share a moment of silence. The radiator in the corner hisses softly, spreading warmth into the air. When I finish my tea, I stand up to leave. Thank you for the tea, I say politely. I did not mean to bother you. Emma walks me to the door. Snowball follows, meowing softly. The hallway is a bit dim, but Emma's smile is bright. Thank you for bringing the letter, she says. You did not have to, but you did. I think that is very nice of you. I smile back. I just followed my feelings, I answer. I felt like the letter was important. I am glad I could bring it to you. She tilts her head and looks at me kindly. You know, she says, I do not have many visitors here. If you like, you can visit again. We could share stories or maybe have more tea. I feel my cheeks getting slightly warm, even though the hallway is cold. I would like that, I say. I am not sure how often I will be free, but I will send you a message or an email if that is okay. She nods. Sure, that would be nice. Let me give you my email address. She writes it on a small piece of paper. Her handwriting is neat, like Lucy's. I take the paper and put it in my wallet. Thank you, I say again. Then I walk down the stairs, holding the railing carefully. Outside, the sky is darkening, and snow has begun to fall in small, fluffy flakes. I look up at the old building one more time before heading home. I feel a strange mix of emotions, curiosity, warmth, and a bit of excitement. A few days pass. I return to my normal routine, working on my reports, answering phone calls, and going to meetings. but my mind often drifts to that old building on North Green Street. I think about Lucy and Matthew's story. Did Lucy and Matthew ever meet again? Will Lucy receive the letter? And I also think about Emma. She was so friendly and calm. Finally, on a quiet evening, I sit at my desk and open my email. I compose a message. Subject: Hello from David. Hi Emma. This is David from the cafe. We met at your apartment a few days ago. How are you? I hope you are well. I wanted to thank you again for the tea. It was very nice to talk with you. I wonder if you have sent the letter to Lucy yet. Also, how is Snowball? Best regards, David. I feel a bit nervous after sending the email. Maybe she will not reply. Or maybe she is busy. But that same night, I hear a notification on my phone. She replied faster than I expected. Subject: Hello from David. Hi David. Thank you for your email. I am happy to hear from you. I am doing fine. Snowball is as lazy as ever, sleeping near the window. I sent the letter to Lucy 2 days ago, and I am waiting to hear from her. Life here is quiet but nice. How about you? How is work? Best wishes, Emma. I read her message twice, smiling to myself. Then I write back. Hi Emma. My work is busy, but I am okay. It is snowing a lot in the city these days. The roads are slippery. I hope you stay warm. Let me know if Lucy replies. It would be interesting to know how she feels about Matthew's letter. Take care, David. Thus, our correspondence begins. We exchange emails every few days. She tells me about her job at a small art store. She loves painting. She also shares photos of her cat and her plants. In return, I tell her about my office life, the endless spreadsheets, and the silly jokes my coworkers make. In these messages, I realize I am no longer just curious about Lucy's letter. I enjoy talking to Emma. Her emails are simple and warm. She always asks how I am and shares little details of her life. One day, she sends me a photo of the view from her window, snow-covered rooftops, a few birds perched on the fence. It is not much, she writes, but it is home. One evening, Emma sends me an email with the subject line, Lucy replied. My heart skips a beat, as if I am reading a drama. Hi David. Guess what? Lucy wrote back to me. She received the letter. She sounded surprised, but also happy. She said she remembers Matthew clearly. She did not know he still thought about her after all these years. She also said she will try to contact Matthew. She found an old email address for him. She is not sure if it still works, but she wants to try. This is so exciting, right? A letter from the past might bring new beginnings. I smile. It really is exciting. A simple letter, lost and nearly thrown away, could now reconnect two people. It feels like something from a movie. I reply. Hi Emma. That is wonderful news. I am very glad Lucy got the letter. I hope she finds Matthew. Even if it is late, maybe they can still share a nice conversation. I am happy that the letter ended up where it belonged, after all. Thank you for telling me, David. After I send the email, I sit back and think about fate. Sometimes, small things in life can change our paths in ways we do not expect. A lost letter, a small act of kindness, or a simple cup of tea. These can lead us to new friendships or even love. Time passes quickly. The city experiences a cold winter, then slowly the snow melts. Spring approaches with fresh flowers and warmer days. One day, Emma emails me, inviting me to an art event at her store. She says there will be a small exhibition of local painters, and she will serve tea and snacks. I decide to go. The art store is located near the cafe where I found the letter. It is a small, bright shop with paintings on the walls and art supplies on shelves. Emma is at the counter, wearing a light green sweater. She smiles when she sees me walk in. David, thanks for coming, she says. She shows me around the store. The paintings are colorful and full of emotion. Some show landscapes, others show people or abstract shapes. On a small table, there is a teapot and some biscuits. I pour myself a cup of tea. We talk about many things, her sister Lucy, my work, our daily routines. She tells me Lucy wrote to Matthew, and they managed to reconnect. Lucy told Emma that she and Matthew talked online for hours, laughing about old memories. They may even plan to meet in person someday. It sounds like a happy ending, I say, sipping the warm tea. Emma nods, smiling. Yes, Lucy said she feels like an old chapter in her life is opening again. She is excited to see where it goes. That is amazing, I reply. I am so glad. Emma looks down for a moment, then she looks at me. You started it all, you know. If you had not brought that letter to me, Lucy might never have read it. I laugh softly. I guess so. But a lot of credit goes to the mailman who picked it up, and to you for sending it to Lucy. Emma shrugs. Sometimes life just lines up in surprising ways, she says. But I am grateful. We share a quiet moment. People walk around us, admiring the art. Outside, the spring sun shines through the windows, lighting up Emma's face. I realize I am grateful, too. Not just for Lucy's story, but for meeting Emma. As the art event ends, Emma and I decide to go for a short walk. The air is still cool, but the sun feels comforting on our backs. We pass by the cafe where I first received the letter. I pointed out to Emma. That is where I was sitting, I say, right at that table by the window. Emma smiles. Funny how a single moment can change so many things, she says. We cross the street carefully and continue walking. Emma tells me more about her future plans. She wants to open her own small gallery one day. She wants to display not only paintings, but also handmade crafts, pottery, and maybe even have a section for local writers. That sounds wonderful, I say. You have a good eye for art, and you are very welcoming. I am sure people will love your gallery. She looks at me with a shy smile. Maybe you can help me choose a name for it, she says. I laugh. Sure, I would love to. How about something like Blossom and Brush or The Cozy Canvas? She giggles. Those are cute, she says. I will think about it. Maybe something simpler, maybe something that includes my cat's name. Snowball's Gallery, I suggest with a laugh. We continue chatting and laughing, making light jokes. The conversation flows easily, as if we have known each other much longer. By the end of the walk, the sun is going down. The sky turns a soft pink, and the streetlights begin to glow. That night, I sit at my desk again, thinking about the events of the past few months. One lost letter led me to an old apartment, and then to Emma. Lucy and Matthew reconnected after so many years. Sometimes, life surprises us with small gifts, hidden in ordinary moments. I open my email and see a message from Emma. Subject: Thank you. Hi David. I just wanted to say thank you for everything. If you ever need a break from your busy work, come visit me at the apartment or the store. Snowball misses you, I think. I hope you have a good night. Best, Emma. I reply, feeling a soft warmth in my chest. Hi Emma. Thank you for inviting me to the art event today. I had a wonderful time. I will definitely visit soon. Give Snowball a gentle pat from me. Take care, David. I close my eyes, letting out a small sigh of contentment. Life can be simple and wonderful like this, full of small connections and gentle surprises. Sometimes, things arrive late in life. A letter might get lost. A friendship might end unexpectedly. An old memory might fade. But then, one day, a surprise comes along. A dusty letter is found. A doorbell rings. A new person steps into your life. Emma once said to me, "Maybe late gifts are not accidents. They might be special presents from fate." I think about that a lot. It reminds me to appreciate each small opportunity. The story of Lucy and Matthew started in a library, with a falling book that landed on Matthew's foot. It continued in a lost letter that almost never reached its destination. But in the end, Lucy read Matthew's words. They talked again, perhaps even found a new start. For me, this late letter brought more than a story of two old friends. It brought me to Emma. And who knows where our story will go next? As I go to bed that night, I feel grateful. Grateful for the quiet Sunday afternoon, the cold coffee, the thoughtful mailman, the invitation from Emma. And above all, grateful for the letter that arrived so late, yet right on time for something new to begin.